26 credit repair secrets. Let's go over what this guide covers, because I'm telling you guys, it has everything that you are going to need if you plan to fix your credit, which I highly recommend doing. Invest your money in yourself. Okay, learn how to do this so you don't have to depend on anybody else, and you will have long-term success. Okay, that's the best way to go about it. Things happen, let's move on, and let's make a commitment that we're not going to let it happen again. All right, so in this guide, we are going to be covering how to get the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, how to do a complaint with them, also get the BBB's help, Better Business Bureau. You can also get late payments corrected. They are the hardest thing to get corrected, but there are some methods out there where you can request late payments to be adjusted, and they may or may not do it. You know, you just never know, but you have to try. This is the thing. It can only come from you, and you have to know there are very big stipulations, and we're going to go over all of that in that video. So make sure to watch that if you are trying to get some late payments corrected. Now, deleting inquiries, a lot of people know how to do that. Simple, but there are some additional updates that are now available to us, especially when you are disputing online. So we're going to be covering all of that. Bankruptcy removals, we're going to be doing pay for delete. I mean, look at all of this stuff. Arbitration. I'm going to give you the backdoor method to get all of your personal information cleaned up from Experian, and so much more. Now, let's go over some of the basics here, because number one, if you are going to be successful in your credit journey, you have to understand data points, and you have to understand where you need to be in order to reach your goals, because you can pay for credit repair all that you want to, but at the end of the day, if you're not reaching the proper data points on your credit report, your credit score is never going to grow. Okay. You have to understand these 6 secrets that a lot of credit repair agents are not even going to tell you. Number one is payment history. You got to pay your bills on time. Get everything on auto pay, no excuses. And even if you are a few days late, which we cannot be, okay, period. But they are not going to report you late until you are actually 30 days past the due date. So you have a cushion. So it's not like the day that you're late paying your bill, they're going to report you late. You have a whole 30-day period to get that corrected. You are going to have to pay the late fee, but that's why we want to put everything on auto pay for the minimum amount due. And if for some reason you're having a hard time with your bills, you can always contact your auto loan company if you do have one and request that they defer a few of the auto loan payments to the end of the loan. And once you get your credit right, if your loan is a higher interest rate, you can refinance your loan and save some money there for your auto loan. Number 2 is going to be your credit card utilization. This is really important. This is 30% of your credit score. And a lot of people will make mistakes and they'll get secured credit cards, and then, you know, they're only a few $100s. They'll max them out. I had a few people that did that and it tanked their credit score. So you really have to make sure that you understand you can only comfortably use 10%. These are for decoration only, unfortunately. Personal credit cards are not to be used and abused. They're to be used very strategically, and you want to be very selective on the type of credit cards that you're adding to your credit profile. You don't want to add a bunch of junk credit builders. No banks care about kickoff. No banks are going to care about AI credit builders that are not real lending institutions. They're not in competition with them. It's almost like they don't even matter. So what you want to do instead is focus on quality bank trade lines, secured loans with credit unions, okay, pledge loans, secured savings loans. They have a bunch of different opportunities for you to build credit with credit unions. Then you can go after one of their credit cards and hopefully not have to go the secured route. That's the goal, is to not have to waste a credit card on having a secured credit card. If you did need to get a secured credit card, the only one that I would really recommend at this time time would be Discover It because it graduates in about 7 months. There are some others out there with credit unions, but I don't like to waste a credit card with a credit union. I would prefer doing the secured loan. That way, most of the time you still have access to your funds and you can pay it off as needed and it doesn't really matter, right? Of course, the goal is to keep these secured loans open for at least 24 months to get that payment history. And if you are worried about that loan affecting your debt to income, all you have to do is pay it off about 80% after it has reported. So say after about 30, 45 days, once that thing has reported to the credit bureaus, you can pay it off 80% and then just put a small auto pay for a few dollars a month, maybe 5, 10, and have that go for the next 2 years. If you did not do that, you still wouldn't have a payment due because you paid it down 80%. So you just want to make sure that when that payment does start rolling around again, you have auto pay set up so there are no hiccups. The last thing that we want to talk about here, well, not the last thing, but the next thing, which is very important, is derogatory marks. This is going to be collection accounts and charge-offs that are on your credit report that are constantly reporting derogatory every single month. Whether you get those removed from your credit or you pay to get them deleted or you just pay them so they'll stop reporting derogatory, that needs to happen because the more that they continue to report as a derogatory account, it's just holding you back. So even if you were to start really going in a positive direction, those derogatory marks are constantly just holding you back. So you got to get those corrected. And then we talk about the credit age. A lot of us are going to be very limited on the credit age because we're rebuilding. The goal is to get to about 4 or 5 years. Once you get to about a 3-year average, you're good. But in order for you to add more history, you can add authorized user accounts, which is going to give your profile the age that it needs. Because age is 15% of your credit score. It's really impactful, and that's where people see the most benefit when they are adding authorized user trade lines. Now, of course, there's, strategic plans and moves that we want to make for certain individuals. And if your goal is to get larger lines of credit, we want to add larger trade lines, aka larger authorized user accounts. So that way, when you build your relationship up with the bank or credit union, then when you go in and get a credit card, they're more likely going to give you a higher limit because you've already demonstrated those higher limits on your profile. But you don't want to have any derogatory accounts even when you go and apply with a bank that you build up a good relationship with. Next is your credit mixture. Your credit mixture is really important because you're going to need both installment loans, which is basically a secured loan, and revolving lines of credit, which are credit cards and lines of credit. So in order for you to get both, I would say a good mixture would be anywhere from 4 to 6 credit cards. Again, be very selective on who you add. Take your time, do it right. If you are going to add a few, try to get all of those around the same time so they can all age for the next 6 to 12 months. Because it's very important that you add quality banks to your credit account and not these cheap credit builder accounts that nobody cares about. It's almost like you have a synthetic credit score when they see your profile because you're really not meeting the data points, and those banks don't look at them like they are competition. If Chase were to look at your credit profile and say, wow, Navy Federal gave you a $25,000 credit card, sure, we'll give you 20. That's what we're looking at here. So the next, we're going to talk about inquiries. If you have unwanted inquiries, you bought a car recently or within the last 2 years and you just have a ton of inquiries, or you have inquiries that just didn't work out and they're not tied to any open account. Work on getting those cleared off your credit profile. And to be honest with you, a lot of times when you are offered to apply, they tell you, oh, it's no hard inquiry. It's just a soft pull. It's not a hard pull, especially at the stores and stuff like that. So you can let them know that those were simply unauthorized. That makes up your credit mix and what you guys need to focus on for your data points. If you have further questions, make sure to get the guide, join the community. You can also book a one-on-one call with me as you need to, because I recommend you work on your own credit. And if you are going to be helping other people, you definitely are going to need this guide and watch all the videos inside of the series. I'll see you on the next video.